Okay, Right. Uh, Hello, everybody, this evening. I'm just doing a little bit of talking into the mic to make sure that everything is updated. Yep, there he is. There be the boy. I'm just going to give it a quick refresh on my end just to make sure my audio is sounding okay. If you guys are noticing anything weird, let me know in the chat room, but... Thank you very much, V said, for the follow. Let me So yeah, that was one thing that I noticed from last session was that the alert box wasn't making any noise. So let me have a quick look at that and figure out why that's not doing that. Okay, so alert box monitor off. Okay, so yeah, it is meant to be making. Are you guys hearing the noise that the alert box is making? That's something that's very important to me at the moment. I'll wait for something to pop up in the chat. If anybody can let me know. No noises from the alert box. Okay, give me 1 second to try and figure out why it's not making any noise, because yeah, this was something that I noticed last time, and yeah, no, I think it is there, but it's very quiet. Okay, let me try and pump the volume up a little bit and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, because my mic seems to be coming through okay. Where's the alert? No, I'm quite a fan of the default Dance Mario as well. He's a big fan of him. Okay, so max 100. Monitor off. Monitor only. Monitor and output. I'm going to quickly give this a test and we'll see if anything happens with that.
Yeah, baby.
Have you guys heard anything? Doesn't seem it. It doesn't seem like maybe he's making any noise, which isn't very good. Okay. Okay. I might try a workaround on this then. So.
Yeah, baby.
There we go. All right. I think he's coming through now. Also, thank you very much for the follow, Fork20. Much appreciated. Yeah, if you guys want to follow anytime, you're gonna get a nice blast of that. So, yeah, baby. Also, hello everybody. It's me hiding behind the Froggo. So put him in the corner for now, and maybe I'll put him over my face if I get bored of doing webcamming stuff. So, what's this evening all about? Well, assuming you didn't come to the last Thummo stream, basically, I have asked a few people to send through some of their channel branding and like thumbnails and stuff, which maybe they don't feel too happy about. Maybe they just want to know some tips of how to improve it. So we're going to go through that tonight, and I'm just kind of going to give little bits of feedback in, any way that we can improve this stuff. So hopefully that might be useful for you guys in the audience if I'm not specifically talking about your stuff. But We have quite a few left over from the last session that we ran, so those will be the ones that we look through first, and then we got a few more over the past week as well, so we're probably going to have a look at those as well. And then, depending on time, although this might be something that we'll end up doing maybe in another session later on, we're probably going to hop into some Photoshop. Like, we're going to build a thumbnail from scratch. I've created some sort of like fake... I've been asked to... I've managed to put together some thumbnail prompts for, like, say if somebody was to come to you and ask, like, oh, you know, I have this particular idea, this is what the video's about, this is what my channel's about. Just kind of the process of, you know, starting from that point and then where, you know, where do you go from there, and hopefully take that into a finished thumbnail. And, you know, depending how long that would take, we'll kind of give you an example of, you know, how long these sort of things are. But first things first, I do need to quickly update what I'm drinking at the moment, because it isn't water, it is Sainsbury's Taste the Difference American IPA. So I'll be drinking that at the moment. Make randomly generated some. Oh, that is massive. Yeah, nothing wrong with unfollowing and then refollowing if you want, if just for the noise. But there we go. Right, so let's get moving over to the live side of stuff. So let's open up Photoshop again, and yeah, so originally my thought with the live kind of demo stuff was like, I wanted to ask somebody if they could create like a Twitter generator for me, which was like, you know, just kind of like generic YouTube things of how X makes you feel Y, or how, you know, why does this work, or something like that, and, you know, kind of use that as the starting point. Some of the generic ones I've come up with are a little bit more tailored, which hopefully should give you guys like a better idea of, well, it kind of makes it a little bit more helpful for me. So James, let's make that. I know you are a... Yeah, I know it would be. Well, I mean, you have one for your gun and slinger game. Like, it creates sort of elements in that world, so it might not be that difficult. Oh, by the way, everybody, in my chat, if you don't know, Mr. Fork20 over here, he's a games designer. Had a very successful Kickstarter earlier last year, and another very good Kickstarter earlier this year as well. So if you want to go support him, I'm sure he can give you links to his stuff. But yeah, it's all very good. I'm still trying to put together... I want somebody to play Gun and Slinger with me, but no one's come forward yet about it. I'm still trying to sort that out, but I'd like the link if that's okay. Folk20, post your stuff in the chat. Put that together. That the people want to see it. If my mod says, yeah, there we go. And hopefully the auto mod hasn't pooped that out. So, right. So who's the first person that we are looking at today? We are looking at Cinnical, because Chariot isn't here yet. Yeah, Gunnersling is very... you should, yeah, give it a look, because, like, even if you're not, like, digging into the kind of the game stuff of it yet, it's fine. The form itself isn't that bad. In fact, actually, I will go over to my regular form view, because that'll make things a little bit easier. You guys get to see all behind the scenes here. Which, oh my god, we got another one in this time. Wow. Oh yeah, no, we did. So, Jolt was last week. Not last week, a fortnight ago. Pim was a fortnight ago. Wiz was a fortnight ago. K After K was a fortnight ago. And Ebon was a fortnight ago. We'll be looking at Chariot when he joins in about 15 minutes, so we will be looking at Cinnical. Would you like me to review your channel's branding? Yes. Posty thumbnails. I believe I have made a I've saved that, so that's all good. What's your channel's vibe / goals? I want to achieve consistent aesthetic that can pop out and have more depth within the image than what's already there. Right now, it feels like my thumbnails are too flat and simple, and I want to find ways to fix the problem. I like that I have found a consistent layout that doesn't irk me too much. It was difficult to create a layout I could use for every video that didn't irk me or look similar to what other content creators I look up to were doing. So finding something I'm halfway proud of is good enough for me. What makes you uncertain about your font / branding? I don't think how I style my fonts is great. I don't know how to give it more weight to certain aspects of the text while knowing which words will grab the viewer's attention more. I also think that my images look too flat. I want to know how to fix that, but I'm still unsure as to how. Would adding silhouettes to the official art renders help? Should I alter the style or font of my text? I'm very much open to suggestions here, as I really don't have the expertise to know. So the video that you sent through with the thumbnail is this one, which is Xenoblade Chronicles: The 4-Hour Critique. I had a quick look on YouTube when you sent this stuff through, just to kind of see what other people had done with their Xenoblade Chronicles stuff. And the interesting thing was that mostly what I noticed is that they went for the piece of key art where the Monado, or the sword, is sticking out of the grass, and you kind of have all the sky behind it. And then usually what they'll do is that they'll have Xenoblade kind of in the middle, and then that bit by there. Yeah, let me quickly, I think I will quickly bring that up just to make a point of that. So, Xenoblade Chronicles. Let's say, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles Critique. Oh, so, I mean, you are getting the first result on YouTube, on, when you Google Xenoblade Chronicles Critique, which is pretty good. And then, yeah, so, you know, King K's underneath that, and I think that was the one that I was mostly thinking of, where it is the Monado underneath the logo. But the main thing is with this, though, is that you kind of want to know, how can I sort of, you know, zhuzh this up a little bit. I think there's probably not much you want to do with this. I mean, the fact that it is stark white is kind of like, even though that's a limitation, that does almost kind of give it a bit of a style of its own, because like very rarely do you see stuff on YouTube where it is that bam, stark white, and then all the elements that you need. The only thing is that it doesn't give much room for these characters, which I think is kind of one of the points that maybe I would say you'd want to scale that up a little bit. So, like, if we... What's a less limiting colour in your point? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with using white, but if you want it to be a little less limiting, I think you could... Like, so this bit of artwork that you're using here, we have, like, kind of off-white, so, you know, we have this sort of greenish colours and these bluish colours as well. So if we say, you know, quickly threw those on as gradients that then we could, you know, work into the image itself, it almost makes it will make it look a little bit more natural than it does at the, like, it blends these two things together, which I would say at the moment is kind of the main issue with this, is that, like, this part by here feels very separate to this part by here. Like, you would want to blend these two things together a little bit more than as they are at the moment. And there's a couple of ways you could do this. Like, there's these like little tufts of grass and stuff at the bottom, which what you could do, and this is something that I kind of do with a lot of thumbnail ideas that I get, is like maybe you want to like incorporate them into this text part by here. Like, you could even have it so, if we change this to a multiply layer, you could have it so like the blades of grass are actually like interacting with the text, you know, maybe obscuring it, which the easiest way that we could achieve that is, say, if I just quickly separate this to its own layer for now, and then I'll just drop a big chunk of white Actually, I'll separate both these things to their own layer. And then just drop some white by here. Oh, whoops. So now we can kind of, you know, move this stuff around a little bit and kind of all that stuff. But, like, you know, where these kind of tufts of grass are interacting with the text, you know, you can use a mask or something to, you know, obscure bits of your text out. Like, I would just kind of maybe use this piece of concept art that you found here where it almost looks like you kind of got fluffy clouds and stuff like that, and, you know, just try and find a way to extend it over if you can. Like, you know, a couple of big brushes by here, and by here, and stuff like that. We got these kind of like cool little green things by here, which are like bits of particulate that are, you know, caught in the air. We can, you know, move these over as well, which would be really nice. You know, just get them to, you know, the main point of this is that you kind of want to bring these two elements together a little bit more. Like, again, like I said, the start white thing that you got going on is quite nice, but it's just making these things interact a little bit more with one another. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what this essay is. It's, you know, it's your thoughts on this particular thing, but you don't want them to be too separate from one another. So, just gonna... I would say maybe the only thing that